Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks were defeated by the Vegas Golden Knights 7-4 in Las Vegas, game number 2 of this 3-game road trip. I'm going to wrap up the game and also going to wrap up my experience hosting my first ever meetup at the Park Pub. I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, November the 14th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. And as always, this vlog is brought to you by Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video description. Usually, I'm able to do these vlogs right after the game, and I go with what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. I'm still going to do that, but it's the day after, it's the night after, no, it's the day after, because last night it was so busy at the Park Pub. It was so awesome at the Park Pub. I'll explain that in my second half of the video. But for now, let's talk about the actual game, and then I'll talk about what the meetup was like for those of you that missed it. I will say this though, and this kind of combines both thoughts. When you're at something like a meetup or watching from the pub, you can't hear all the commentary because you're laughing, you're talking, you're eating, you're drinking. So really, when I went to do my post-game live, my live stream, which was a lot of fun, by the way, it's exhilarating trying to do it live, trying to engage with the people there, the few dozen people there, plus the people that were in the chat. So I posted, there's some funny moments for sure, but I think I handled it pretty well. But I certainly had a lot of fun in that environment. But I guess my point is you don't pick up on all the nuances. I just read basically the stat sheet. I read half of the things wrong because I was, there's so much going on. So two things that I did point out. One of them was that, the Canucks went 0 for 4 in the power play, although the Pearson goal was basically 1 second after the power play ended, the one that went off his skate. So whether you call 0 for 4 or 1 for 4, it doesn't make it much better, but at least, that's one nuance I didn't pick up on. The other one is Petey on one of the goals was, he was a -3 for the game, but one of them, he had just stepped on the ice. And I know this happens to a lot of players. I'm not defending Petey specifically, but I know sometimes you can't. My point is, should that be more of a true -2? But then we're not going to get into all 18 skaters and analyze their plus minus. So just a couple things that I noticed once I came home and I watched almost the game its entirety. I went to bed really late last night because I was so excited from what transpired at the pub. But I'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about the game itself. What I liked, the Canucks, I like their effort. You cannot blame their effort. Yes, they had a horrible effort against Colorado on Thursday. Last night's effort was just fine. They were in the game. It was a back and forth game. They're in it until basically the last 10 minutes. So I'm not blaming their effort at all. And 43 shots on goal dictates that they did indeed have a great effort. Face-off, 61-39. So they were dominant in the face-off circle. They actually out-hit Vegas 33-23. So in shots and goal, face-offs, and hits, they were the stronger team, or at least they had the better stats. And of course, I like Niels Höglander's game. 3 points in only 10.5 minutes of ice time, 2 goals and an assist. Looked dangerous while he was out there. Travis Green needs to find more ways to get him more ice time. Okay, that's about it for what I liked. And I guess I like the fact that the Canucks kept coming back. They went up 2-0, then they went down 3-2, tied it 3-3, went down 4-3, tied it 4-4, and then the last 12 minutes of the game happened. What didn't I like? Well, where should I start? Special teams, once again, a problem. 0 for 4 in the power play, although you could call that 1 for 4, and only 4 for 6 on the penalty kill. So that's 0% power play percentage, 66 or 67% penalty kill. That's a CCSTS, Clay's cumulative special team stats of 67%. Not good enough. Didn't like the refereeing. I'm not going to blame the refs for that game, but I thought there were 3 calls in my mind. The Demko delay of game on a faulty post, I thought that was a bunch of bull. I thought the 4 minutes to Ekman Larsson, that was a bunch of bull. And I thought even the interference penalty that called on Ekman Larsson when I thought that was bull as well, although they did touch skates. Didn't like a lot of the Vegas, the non-special teams ones, the non-power play ones, were because of defensive mistakes, whether it was Miller giving the puck away, Horvat giving the puck away, whether it was a bad pinch by Madison Bowie or a blown coverage by Brad Hunt. So there's a lot of things. So notice I just didn't say defenseman. It was poor defensive play overall. Obviously, that's 7 goals, but there are a lot of turnovers that most goals happen off of a mistake by the other team. It's very rare that it's because the offensive team makes such a good play that no matter what the defense could have done, they wouldn't be able to stop it. That happens once in a while, but it's rare. It's usually a error on the defensive side, and I can count 5 already. The one that Myers and Demko got messed up, the one that Horvat gave away, the one that Miller bumbled at the blue line, the one that Bowie did that ill-advised pinch, and the one where Hunt lost coverage of his man. So there's 5 of the 7 goals already. I mentioned PD's -3, maybe a true -2. That didn't help, but yeah. So special teams wasn't good, and of course, defensive play overall I didn't like. One other thing, let's talk about this. What's interesting is a lot of people ask me both at the pub and online today, how can you stay so positive? How can this team's a tire fire, this team's a train wreck, whatever adjective you want to use. And I admit that it doesn't become a who's been the fan the longest or who spends the most money or time and energy. Because I know, at least for me, I can't judge other people, but I know I spend a lot of time, energy, and money on this team. But I choose to. No one's forcing me to do this. So I kind of think it's funny when people complain, especially on Twitter, oh, I've been a fan of this team for so long and I'm about ready to leave, or why do I even bother covering this team or vlogging about this team or writing about this team? Well, then don't. Like, it is that simple to me. And I have no time. Maybe I'm sounding insensitive, or maybe I'm sounding too positive or too idealistic. Then don't. Yeah, I get frustrated. I get disappointed. I would love to cover a winning team, but no one's forcing me to do these vlogs. No one's forcing me to hold pub nights. So, when I see those things, I don't even bother engaging. I just kind of laugh it off, scroll right past it. So if people want to ask me why I'm so positive, it's because, well, I love this team and I spend a lot of time, energy, and money on this team. It's still a hockey game. It's still a game. It's still a hobby. And it's not my life, it's not my, my end all and be all, as much as I do love covering this team. Okay, speaking of covering this team, what a great time last night. 36 people from all walks of life, ages, cultures, coming from all areas of the Lower Mainland on a really, really bad weather night, a stormy night. I was so grateful. I was so touched. I was honored by everyone that came out. And it was from people that I've known and I've met, to people that I recognize their names, to complete strangers. It was so good. It was so good. We did the live post-game show. We did intermission giveaways. We did food and drink specials. And it was just a wonderful time. And I want to give a shout out to the Park Pub, first and foremost, for hosting me, for trusting me, for donating the prizes. And it was a wonderful night. And there's not much more I can say. You've seen some of my pictures already. You'll see more throughout the day on Twitter. I'll probably put some here on my YouTube channel as well. But and it's not even about membership, but there were hero members there. There were Hall of Fame members there. There were franchise and all-star members there. There were subscribers. There were non-subscribers. There were old friends. There were new friends. There were people that love Canucks, that people that hate Canucks. There was everything there, and I was grateful. I was grateful. I was honored by the people who decided to spend their rainy, gloomy Saturday night with me. So if you were there, thank you. I truly mean it. I do not take you for granted. And I appreciate you being there. If you weren't there and you were able to catch up on the live stream, thank you for doing that. It was a bit of a gong show, but it was a lot of fun. I think I do thrive in those type of environments where you have to be spontaneous and kind of go with the flow. So I really enjoyed that interaction. Although it was pretty quick, I wanted to make way for the DJ who had already waited for an hour for me. So that was kind of cool. And then just to have wonderful conversations and meaningful conversations with people last night. I won't start naming everyone because I'll forget someone, but I want to give a special shout out to my lovely wife Gail, my son Sean, and Sean's girlfriend Fernanda, who came with me, not just to support me, but to help me as well with name tags and raffle tickets and greeting people and taking pictures and so on and so forth. So one wrap up to that, well, 2 things. I want to do another one. I'm going to plan one for December, not sure where yet, but I know I can pull these off quite easily, admittedly. So I'm going to do another one in December. And I guess the other thing is we've released a new contest, me and the Park Pub, on Instagram once again, an Instagram giveaway for tickets to the Friday night, November 19th Canucks Jets game. So go to my Instagram page, Clayton Emo, my full name, ClaytonImoo, and you can see the contest there. Contest closes on Wednesday. Announce the winner on my live stream Wednesday night. Speaking of live streams, join me tonight at 10 p.m. for my regular Sunday night live stream. And we have a game to cover. We have a game to talk about, the Canucks, Anaheim Ducks, 3rd game of their 3-game road trip at 5 p.m. tonight. I won't really preview that because I have a busy day going to church, going to a baptism, but I'll be watching the game live and then, watching the game and then doing my live stream at 10 p.m. For this video, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, and tell me one other thing from last night's 7-4 loss to Vegas. Shout out to my hero members, Nucks fan number 29, Justin Credible, Lucas Gates, and Andrew Chang. Justin and Lucas were there last night. And to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Sim Alexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, Carol Bovenlander, and HSM Fangirl Gaming. Thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this during my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, become a member of this channel if you like to, leave a comment down below if you like to. What you liked, what you didn't like, and one other thing. Don't forget, if you do that, you'll be entered into the draw to win a $50 gift certificate to Van Base at the end of this month. Okay, thanks again for watching. Thanks to those of you who joined me last night at the Park Pub. Let's do it again soon, maybe in a month or so. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and enjoy today's Canucks game. I'll see you tonight for my live stream at 10 p.m. God bless, and go Canucks go.